I confess, I procrastinate. To run from confusion, I indulge in the dopamine kicks from the social media. To be honest, this has become the bane of my existence. Let's fix this. With that cheese out of the way, here's the plan. I'll take the 3D printed Batman's helmet that I sanded, primed, and painted in my last video, elevate it a bit using a stainless steel straw, and mount it on top of a base, which is basically a mobile holder from a local company named Openwood. Then I'll dress it with some electronics, and hopefully, this hodgepodge would supercharge my productivity. And here's how it went down. The first step in making this structure was to get vertical and horizontal cross sections of the 3D model. In Autodesk Fusion, I used the drawing feature to create a layout with a 1:1 scale. When I had the print of the cross sections, I cut them out to use them as stencils to cut plywood. Yes, our structure is made from plywood, and it looks something like this, as you will see soon. So here is me stenciling on top of plywood, and here is what will be cut. Look, 3 notches. They will help join the pieces together, kinda like the Japanese do. Using a magic saw, I got these, but with 1 notch only because 3 was too much effort, to be honest. Another hole that lets the straw pass through the base, and a hole in the top part that lets the straw pass through and hold on securely. At this point, I noticed that the vertical part was still wobbly, so I put in a couple of nails for additional support. And finally, I applied the silicone bond to make the structure indestructible. So let me reveal that Batman's eyes get lit. So in order to direct all the light out of the eyes, we'll make the insides reflective, like that of a torch. So as you know, Batman's mask has lenses, probably with night vision. To create the same diffuse look, I covered the eye holes with some semi-transparent invisible tape. Like that, it was time for the first of electronics. I ran the wires with female headers on one end through the straw and snugged them out of the wooden structure. I inserted 2 blue LEDs in those female headers and then fit everything together. Oh yeah, I also painted the underside of the wooden structure black to make it look not ugly. I took the mobile holder base and CNC'd a ditch on the bottom for the Node MCU to live in, and then made a hole in the top for the straw to fit and feed the wires. Another hole on the side was needed for the micro USB cable to connect to this Node MCU, and the Node MCU was secured with the help of screws. And after some very sloppy soldering, I finally programmed the Node MCU to control the LEDs, aka the eyes of the Batman. After installing a button and doing some aesthetic modifications, here's the final result. You double click the button and start the Pomodoro timer. Batman's eyes stay lit for the entire 25 minutes. When the time's up, they flash to let you know it's time to rest for 5 minutes. You repeat to stay productive because Batman said so.